Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Losing Weight Outside the Box 7-Step Scientific Model. And right now, I'm going to do something that I've been putting off for a long time, and I'm going to be talking about the one thing that ticks me off so much that I can't sleep. Now, this is something that I'm incredibly passionate about, and I've been keeping a lid on for a long time. Now, having said that, I'm going to apologize in advance if my voice gets a little loud and if I go on a rant here or there because too many people are missing the point and I'm just pissed off to the point where I can't hold it in any longer. Right now, I'm going to explain to you how the entire world has it all backwards. And by backwards, I mean completely backwards. And you'll understand what I'm talking about in a moment. Well, maybe not the entire world, but the vast majority, and that includes you and me sometimes. You see, when it comes to being happy, which when you think about it is essentially what we're all looking for if we're to be as general as possible, everyone goes about it completely backwards. Now, here's what I mean. This is your typical happiness formula. Most people think that happiness can be achieved with a simple 3-step formula, and it seems pretty obvious when you see it first. Do plus have equals be. And this is what I mean. For example, in the do, have, be formula, people think that if you work out more, you'll have a nicer body and you'll be happy. Or if you eat better, you'll have a healthier body and you'll be happy. Or, completely off topic, if you get married, you can have kids and you'll be happy. Or if you just make more money, that will mean less stress, which of course, again, leads to happiness. And lastly, if you work less, that'll give you more time. And of course, more time means you'll be happy. But this is how I want you to think about happiness going forward. It's not easy to find happiness in ourselves, and it's not possible to find it elsewhere. So here's a question. What in your life today do you have that at one point was just a goal, and you either take it for granted now, or worse yet, you resent it? So think about that for a second. What in your life today do you have that at one point was just a goal and you either take for granted now or worse, you resent it? Have you ever done something and then gotten what you wanted, but you didn't end up feeling as good as you thought you would? Or have you ever achieved a goal and were super pumped about it for a while, but then the happiness wore off and you were soon feeling dissatisfied again? If so, it's because you've been going about it all wrong. And I'm not just pointing the finger at you. I am guilty of this myself as well. We're all guilty of this, but I'm going to expose exactly why and how we're guilty of it and the way that would definitely result in us being happier on a more frequent basis. But like most things I'm going to share with you, if you want what everybody else wants, you need to start doing the opposite of what everybody does. Now, here's the real happiness formula. I talked about the other one, the do plus have equals be, and that clearly doesn't work. The real formula is be plus do equals have. So we're rearranging it and kind of doing the opposite here. And here's what I mean. Here are the examples. So first we want to focus on be. You want to be happy first, because if you're happier, you're more likely to work out more, and then you'll have the nicer body. If you focus on happiness first, you're more likely to eat better, and then you'll have the healthier body. If you focus on happiness first and make that your primary focus, chances are you'll get married, if that's what you're looking for, and have kids, if that's what you're looking for. Now, if you put happiness first, you're more likely to make more money, and then you'll experience less stress. And lastly, if you focus on happiness first, then you'll be able to work less and enjoy more time. So what about you? What is it that you want to do and have, whether it's physical, whether it's from a health standpoint, whether it's from a financial or professional standpoint, relationship, whatever. What about you? What is it that you want to do and have? Isn't it clear that the obvious way about getting those things is obviously wrong? So here's what most people say. If I do this, then I can have that, and then I can finally be happy. Here's what I have to say to that. How's that working out for you? Doesn't it just make more sense to skip the do and the have and go straight to the be? So when are you most likely to do the things you need to do in order to have the things you want to have? When you're happy, or when you're upset, angry, frustrated, sad, or ticked off? So the real happiness formula. You take a look at the first one. Do, maybe you'll do the things you need to do. so that you can have the things you want to have, and that's not even guaranteed. And finally, hopefully you'll be the way you want to be. But with the formula that I've introduced, the real happiness formula, the B, if you focus on that, is guaranteed. If you want to be happy and you focus on that, that's guaranteed because you're starting there. Then you'll more likely do the things you need to do, in which case you'll most likely have what you want to have. So if we compare those two formulas, we have maybe plus not guaranteed equals hopefully versus guaranteed plus more likely equals most likely. Which one clearly makes more sense? But did you get the biggest and most important piece of that formula? What are we all looking for in the first place? Happiness. That's what we're all looking for. So here's my challenge to you. And it's very, very simple. Why not have it now? A man asked Lord Buddha, I want happiness. Lord Buddha said, first remove I, that's ego. Then remove want, that's desire. See now you are only left with happiness. I know what you're thinking though. Actually, you're probably thinking two things right about now. First, you're thinking easier said than done, in which case your wish will be granted. Secondly, you're probably thinking, how the heck do I be happy first? I've got one last simple formula for you. Focus plus thoughts equals feelings. Because we're talking about happiness, we're really just talking about emotions and emotional states. So what you choose to focus on and what you choose to think about what you focus on determines how you feel. And think about certain situations you've been in. There have been certain situations where at times one event could happen and it doesn't bother you at all. And then there's another time where, depending on what kind of mood you're in, the exact same thing could happen and it pisses you right off. Because that's all dependent on what you focus on, what you think about what you're focusing on, and that in turn generates the feelings that you're feeling. So that's how you can go about generating happiness. First of all, taking a look at what you're focusing on and focusing on what's going to make you happy, and then taking control of your thoughts. A lot of our thoughts are subconscious, but once you consciously start to choose your thoughts, that's when you can consciously start to choose your feelings as well. The choice is yours. 100%, no excuses. The choice is absolutely yours. So if you haven't done so already, get started with the Losing Weight Outside the Box 7-Step Scientific Model course, which is absolutely free, and you can do that by clicking on the Take the Course button below. On top of that, if you're looking for unlimited coaching support absolutely free, go ahead and join Team LWOTB on Facebook by clicking the Join Team LWOTB button below. And lastly, you're smart enough to know that there's power in numbers. So if you found this information useful and you want to share it with others, feel free to do so by clicking on any of the social sharing buttons on the left-hand side of this page. Thanks again for taking the time to go through this. I really hope you found it valuable. If you have any questions whatsoever in regards to any of this information, please join Team LWOTB or contact me any way you can and ask that question. I'll make sure I get on it ASAP so that you can start getting results that you want. We got this. Losing weight outside the box is a simple formula. Be happy, be healthy, get results.